So yesterday ended up crazy busy, crazy long. The doctor's office closed at 5. We didn't leave until 5:30. We did Alexi. I had made her appointment because it was a follow-up because she's been dealing with depression. We finally broke down, let her be put on medication. I was against it, but it's her body, her choice, and I didn't want her to hurt herself. Sorry if you hear stuff in the background. I'm on the phone with Social Security. Anyway, so, and then we were doing Xander's Vanderbilt test at the same time. Well, we had already had it. She ended up in the ER, so we had her checked at the same time. I figured 2 birds, 1 stone, and then she will go back Thursday. So yeah, so everything looks okay. It's gotten a little bigger, but that is to be expected within the first 48 hours of medication. He said now if it doesn't go down, then there's an issue. There's a spot on the top. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but it looks like it's like dotted. And that's why we thought maybe she got scratched by something, or that maybe that's where she scratched herself. Well, it looks like it's trying to split open there, and that can be bad. And there's no hard mass, so it doesn't need to be manually opened, which is good because that can make the infection go crazy. So, yeah, it's been stressful. So, we got that dealt with. He said she should be okay. I'm thinking her migraine is gone because she just asked me a question this morning and then headed off to school. Oh, she needed to know, did I figure out how to do the medication? Because she has to take one of them 4 times a day. And I said, yes, you'll take one at lunch, one when you get home, and then one at bed, and that should be okay. Xander's Vanderbilt test is a test to see where he is with behavioral and everything. And so this isn't something that we really wanted to do, but there are problems that are hindering him from his education, and that's where the issue draws. And so we want to give him the best help he can get, and if it's putting a label on it, then it's putting a label on it. So on the short end, it's ADHD. He thinks he has ODD, which is, and I don't know if I'll get it right, optional defiance disorder, anxiety and depression, and Xander says he's not depressed at all. And I think there was one more. But it's hard to concentrate on a doctor's appointment when I had Xander and Anthony acting out, and I know that sounds really bad, but they were like fidgeting, and so it was, and talking, and so Xander's sitting in front of me, Anthony's sitting next to me, I'm sitting here, the doctor's across from me, and I'm trying to like take it in. I had to go out from between them and go sit on the bed with Lex because she started to not feel good on top of it. And so I was trying to take everything in, and he goes, how do you guys feel about medication? He goes, I've known in the past. I was like, I'm against it. I don't want a stimulant in my child. I don't want anything that's habit forming. So I draw the line at that. But then, is that helping him or hindering him? And so that's where the issue is deciding what's best. And Xander says no medication. And it is his body, and he needs to ultimately be willing to take the medication. Not that Anthony and I are for it, because we aren't. Stratera and Wellbutrin are non-stimulating, and I might have the first one wrong, but I know the Wellbutrin is, because that's what Anthony takes. And sometimes it's very clear Anthony has ADHD. But we are going to try counseling. It's less invasive, no medication, no changing brain chemistry. So that is my thing, and Anthony agrees with me, and Xander agrees because he doesn't want to take it. And I'm not going to force and have trauma of forcing someone to take medication. So they had put Lex on, backtrack just a little, Prozac, which I was wholeheartedly against. But he would not consider any other thing, except for not doing it in counseling. And she plays things up to being worse than it is. And I don't know if that's fake or if that's how she honestly sees it. You know, reading a paragraph, three people can read it and each get something different out of it, and I'm not in her head, so I don't know what it is. I can only go by what I see, and what I see is someone who has sadness when there are sad situations. I don't necessarily think she always deals with them correctly. Like, you can't talk about my mother at all. Hysterics. But then there are situations where that isn't warranted. Like, what was it? It was something recently. She just started crying. And I was like, it wasn't that bad, Lex. And so, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in her head. I can't get in there. She's a teenager. I don't want to be in there. So, that's the update. I'm not going to make this a long vlog, because I already had one recently, so I'll spare you guys. But I'm waiting for Social Security. Hopefully I'll have an answer soon, because the SSA website is not updating, so I don't know what's going on right now. So, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.